friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So Andrew Lincoln and Danny Guerra, I never say her last name right, so I apologize, will begin production on the Walking Dead spinoff that will focus on their characters.
What?
There's been no title given yet for the show, but they will start production on that soon. So, but I did read you won't see the show until 2024, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Who's Danny? Which one is Danny Guerra?
It's Lincoln and Michonne.
Oh, I love Michonne.
So yeah,
she's one of my favorite actors. My favorite character on there.
Oh, good.
She's such a baddie. I want to be
the show will just be
Michonne.
called Lincoln and Michonne. We'll see, but they haven't said yet. I guess they'll see what fits as they go.
I really like her.
So.
I've seen some. So I was a huge Walking Dead fan up until I think season 4, when what's his face came on with Priscilla, the club. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Negan?
Yes, Negan. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes.
Oh, look at me, yay. Anyway, man, and I did watch a lot of that season, but I wasn't loving it. So then the next time, I didn't really follow it through, and I probably should, but Michonne is just like I saw some of the interviews with her, and she's just awesome. Like, even just as an actor, but just as a person, she's just really cool. And I think there's a lot of her fans out there. I know it. I might be your biggest one, but whatever.
I do like her. I've only ever seen her in Black Panther, so I've never watched Walking Dead, but I do like her in that. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. Definitely.
Now I think about it, I think that character is supposed to be getting a spinoff too later. That from Black Panther.
Really?
That's so funny, yeah.
Oh.
Okoye is her character name. Anyway, so then Morgan Freeman has joined Lioness alongside Nicole Kidman on Paramount Plus. He is set to play the Secretary of State. So, like we mentioned last week, Taylor Sheridan just keeps getting all these big names to join his series. So now you have Morgan Freeman.
I love Morgan Freeman. I think I've said that one before, too.
Yeah. And again, someone who's, to my knowledge, has
Nicole Kidman.
done a TV series, so that's pretty cool. Meryl Streep has joined season 3 of Only Murders in the Building on Hulu,
What?
which I think is awesome. No word on what her character is, although there is speculation that she could be playing Steve Martin's ex-wife, which I'm like, oh, that would fit, because they've talked about her, but you haven't seen her yet. So he talks about her all the time, but he's yet to meet who's supposed to be. So I didn't think she was really going to matter, but if it ends up being that's who it is, like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that's awesome.
Chucky has been renewed for season 3 on Sci-Fi.
Oh, for the love.
Weirdly enough, this is well, I don't have cable anymore, guys, so I couldn't watch this anyway. But although I think, now that I think about it, though, I think they do have like the reruns maybe on Hulu. I'd have to double check that. But it's just a series that I've never watched, even when I had cable. I don't know why, because I did like the movies for the most part, and I've heard the series is pretty good. So I guess so if it keeps getting renewed for another season. Gabrielle Sidibe is to star in the phone sex comedy called 1266 on Hulu. She was formerly on the TV show Empire, if you didn't know. So she will play an aimless woman living with her mom when she stumbles onto the job of a lifetime as a phone sex operator.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm assuming I don't know if these are still a thing. These probably not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's probably going to be set back when it was a.
I think it's all internet sex now, but
that's true.
What do I know?
So I'm sure it'll be set in a different year.
Yeah.
80s, maybe late 70s.
Yeah, I think that's when it was probably when it was big.
Yeah. So I like her, and I think it's cool. It's going to be a comedy, so I'll probably check it out.
Yeah.
And then finally, Tom Ellis from Lucifer, my fave show, Lucifer on Netflix, and Emma Roberts is set to star in a romantic dramedy called Second Wife on Hulu. It will be about the ups and downs of a blended family after the couple impulsively get married after not knowing each other that long. So that's quite an age difference. Yeah, so we'll see. Emma Roberts, I want to say maybe she's probably 30 on the nose. Tom Ellis, so is late 40s.
Oh,
So-
no kidding.
But she just looks younger. So when I first heard this, I was like,
And Emma Roberts.
she used to be like on Scream Queens. She did a lot of American Horror Story.
Oh, okay.
She's also, she's the niece of Julia Roberts because her dad's Eric Roberts. So she's one of
That's
those
right.
family legacy people or actresses. So anyway, so
She in Glee?
no, she's not
Okay.
Glee.
Okay.
No, she doesn't sing to my knowledge. I've never heard her sing,
Oh.
but that'd be interesting. Movies and TV shows out this week. So first up, we have Missing. This will be in theaters and stars Nia Long, Storm Reed, and Ken Leung or Lung. He's been around a while. I just can't. Again, someone else I can't pronounce her last name. I apologize. I think it's Lung though.
Yeah.
So when her mother disappears while on a vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, June's search for answers is hindered by international red tape. Stuck thousands of miles away in Los Angeles, June creatively uses all the latest technology at her fingertips to try and find her before it's too late. However, as she digs even deeper, her digital sleuthing soon raises more questions than answers. This is like the sister movie to that movie called Searching that came out like a year ago. And so, which I never saw, but it's one of those ones that's like it's a handheld or found footage type of movie, kind of like Blair Witch. That's the look it gives you. So,
Oh
although it says
gosh, that makes you sick.
all of it says look interesting. So
Yeah.
and I like Nia Long. I just watched her in the Best Man final chapters that I talked about last week, but I don't know. Maybe I'll check
Yeah.
this out. Once it gets on streaming, I won't go into a theater for it. But once it gets on streaming, I will watch it.
Right. Yeah.
And then also in theaters, we have The Son. This is with Hugh Jackman and Laura Dern. So Peter has a busy life with his new partner Beth and their baby. This is thrown into disarray when his ex-wife Kate turns up with their teenage son Nicholas. Now that just sounds like someone who had, a previous family and maybe have you been ignoring your son? So you're just like, what? Like, don't bring him around here. I have this other family now. I feel like that synopsis was just a bit like, what? Harsh. But anyway, and this is the sister movie, weirdly enough, to The Father that had Anthony Hopkins in it
Oh my
last
gosh.
year.
Wow.
Same director and everything, same type of vibe, supposedly. So I think you saw that movie, right? The Father?
Yeah.
So, well, so if it's the same type of vibe, and I remember, I think you liked it.
The
But it was-
Son, the Father, the Mother, the
Yeah.
Holy Ghost, whatever.
So, yeah,
They could keep going with it.
it looks weird to me. But then I remembered kind of how you described the Father, and I was like, okay, I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense. Then we have that 90s show on Netflix. This stars Deborah Jo Rupp, Kurtwood Smith, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, and Laura Prepron. So this is the sequel to that 70s show. Yep, 20 years later. So in the summer of 1995, Leah Foreman makes friends with a new generation of Point Place kids while visiting her grandparents, Red and Kitty, in Wisconsin. Now, I never watched that 70s show, so this isn't something that I would be interested in.
Uh-huh. I watched it. I thought it was so funny.
Okay, so this is basically
I did like it.
a follow-up with them, obviously now as adults, with their own children in the 90s.
That
so.
might be something to just kind of, there's some great, actors in there. Well, especially Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher.
Right.
That's where they got their beginning.
That's true. Which,
I
on the show,
wonder if-
did they marry on the show? Do you know? When the show ended?
I don't know.
You don't know if on the show they were
No,
married?
because I never saw the
end.
the
Okay.
last
I was
season.
just curious. I'm like, I wonder if
Yeah, I don't know.
a
Because
couple on
wouldn't
that.
they come back? Is that maybe in the 90s?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they marry
Yeah, I
on
don't know.
at the end of the 70s, maybe they are married in the 90s show. But
Yeah.
or not. Maybe they're just exes or something. I was just curious about that. Anyway.
Well, we'll just have to see.
And then finally, season 3 of Truth Be Told is out on Apple TV, starring and returning Octavia Spencer, and the newbie this time around is Gabrielle Union, playing a principal, is my understanding. I know nothing else.
I'm so
I know
excited.
nothing else about this season. I still haven't finished season 2 though. So, yeah.
I love this series. Well, I'm a huge Octavia Spencer fan, but I just love the whole idea behind it. Maybe because she does have a podcast, that might be part of it. But it's just so good. It's just really good. And the thing is, though, is it did kind of leave on a cliffhanger. So
It did, even though it's a whole different outside of her. It's all
I
different
know.
People. That's interesting.
boy, now I'm wondering because it had something to do with her dad. See, her dad's sick.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that was
Yeah.
kind of starting when I
Yeah,
left
and
off.
so when it finished, he.
Oh, so the cliffhanger's about him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would
So,
make sense.
so
Okay.
maybe, yeah, it would probably wouldn't be the same story unless the story is tied to the. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't see it tying, unless like I said, Gabrielle.
'Cause they don't know who-
playing a school principal. Obviously, it would be a whole separate storyline then.
Yeah, unless that's tied to what happened to her dad.
Oh, maybe. I
Yeah.
guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it would probably be tied to her friend, who was Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate
yeah,
Hudson.
Yeah.
She, yeah. So just trying to figure that out. Because Gabrielle Union, please remind me.
Oh gosh. Well, because she was married to Dwayne Wade, but she.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Bring It On.
That's right.
Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah,
Okay.
a lot of movies. So,
Okay, yeah.
She has been around a
No,
while.
I know the name.
So yes, those are the releases for this week.
Yay.
So what we have been watching this week. So yesterday we did go see the movie Megan. So we thought we'd give a little movie review of that. So Megan stars Allison Williams. Just as a brief overview, she is a toy maker, and she decides after making these silly Furby-like pets that you can feed, virtually, and then they poop out, these like chocolate chip-looking pebbles.
Yes.
She's trying to elevate herself by making a more lifelike doll who can be a friend to the niece that she has now become a guardian of. And so, of course, it doesn't go as planned, and, craziness ensues.
Yes. Yes.
Are the basics of this movie. So I did like the movie. I wish I was telling Rochelle earlier, I wish it was a little funnier. I was expecting it to be a little more campy than it was, only because I knew, honestly, based off like the Chucky movies, minus the first one, because the first one actually was pretty scary, that it probably wasn't going to be that horror driven. Plus, it's only PG-13, so they weren't going to be as crazy as they probably could have if they had been
Oh, well, no
R-rated.
wonder. The youngins that were sitting next to me, I'm like, I thought this was PG-17, and it's like, no, PG-17,
Oh, NC-17.
NC-17.
No, I heard they may actually do an unrated, because they did film more than they showed.
Oh, really?
So I think they might release an unrated version later.
Okay,
That's,
that might be better.
Yeah, and then also that they actually added the which is in all the memes in the trailer. Anyway, the brief dance scene that the doll has in the hallway, they actually added that after the fact to try and help appeal to a broader audience.
Oh, right.
Which I thought was interesting. I'm like, okay, so they wanted to get more people basically in the seats to see this, which I'm guessing is why they decided to only make it PG-13. But they did film apparently enough to make it unrated, so here's hoping later on streaming maybe they'll put it as an unrated version. So
Okay.
you can see, I guess, the gore.
Maybe it
It's
would
true,
be
you didn't see a
creepier.
lot of, it's true they cut away at most of the killings,
Yeah.
and that was why. So I'm sure in the unrated you probably would see all the gore and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
With that, but yeah, I did enjoy it. I did get a few laughs, just not as much as I wanted to. So for me, I would say that it was. I'm gonna say I'll give it 3 wine corks. I'd say to give it 3 wine corks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The very same thing is I would give it 3 solid wine corks. And so for you thought it was going to be funnier, a little more campy. But for me, I thought it was going to be a bit more scary. I thought it was creepy. I didn't think it was scary. And I was fascinated with this doll, though. I mean, I think they did a great job. She was creepy. But yeah, I'd give it a solid 3.
Okay, so we'll both agree. Three
Yeah.
3 wine corks. I do have to say the young actor that was playing the niece that she becomes the guardian of, some of it was a little over the top in the acting.
Right?
But
is true.
Yeah, but overall, she did okay. I'm guessing it's probably one of her probably only film role, but I don't know for sure. But
I hadn't seen her before.
yeah, I think she's probably just new to it. So, but anyway,
Well, you know what? She had to make up for the for the aunt.
yes, there you go.
who didn't
Emote. That's the word. She didn't really emote.
Yes, she did not
much.
really emote that feeling of losing, of loss, and just having to take on just what her creation did, So
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The only time I really saw her bothered was there's a part during she's trying to sell it phase that happens, and then you kind of saw her like tear up. But other than that, that's true.
Right.
She never really did emote much. But anyway, I recommend. Yes, I would go see it.
Yes, I agree.
Supposedly Peacock will get it, but not until like end of March. So if you just want to wait till then, you can watch it on Peacock. But I think you should see it in theaters because it was a quick good time.
Yes,
It was a good
I
time in
agree.
theaters.
And you have great popcorn.
Yes, that's true. I did get some kettle corn. That's true. Oh, and I did have a very good glass of sangria at dinner before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because P.F. Chang's really, it's like the best sangria I've had. I don't know why. I
Oh,
don't know what
okay.
they do that's different or what it is, but it's one of the better ones I've ever had.
Well, and I had an amazing, that's funny because we had two great cocktails last night. I had an amazing Moscow Mule. It was the cranberry Moscow Mule, and they floated.
Oh.
So they had a lime wedge because I love, you got to have lime in there, but they floated some cranberries. So it was so good.
Oh,
I had a couple of those.
I like most things that have cranberry juice. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that next time I go there.
It's really good.
I'll have
Yeah.
to give it a whirl. Well, cool. So for as to what I watched myself, I watched that movie Everything Everywhere All at Once on Showtime, starring Michelle Yeoh and Ki Yu Kwan. So they both, as you know, won the Golden Globes last week for their performances. Now, this movie, this is good. I don't even know how. Basically, I liked the end. It was a little confusing to me to get there, but I have to admit, once I got to the end, I liked what it was representing, if that makes any sense. I mean, I know it's kind of weird not to like the entire story to get there, but the end was very satisfying. But I was, telling Rochelle, I'm like, I had to rewind the part 3 times where Key's character was trying to explain exactly how this multiverse was happening and functioning. And I still didn't get it. And I usually consider myself pretty, reasonable in order to catch on to these things for the most part.
Right.
It wasn't computing.
It looks like a crazy.
It wasn't computing. So I just had to just let that go and just enjoy the visual aspect of it. And visually, it did look great. You just couldn't, for me anyway, I could not follow the storyline as much as I would have liked to. But visually, it was great. I do think they both did a good job. I do think he did the better job between the two. And Key, he used to be a child actor. He got to start in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom back in the day, followed by The Goonies, which is a kid favorite of mine. And it's just great that he has come back into acting. Apparently, he did all these years he's been doing stunt work behind the scenes as his job since he couldn't get any acting roles. So, hence why if you see it, he's really good at the martial arts. Martial arts in this movie, just like she is. So, just to give a basics of the story as I viewed it, they are playing a couple who, honestly, the whole movie basically takes place in the IRS building because they are getting audited because they own a laundry business. And so during this auditing process, she is clued into the fact that her husband isn't fully her husband and that there are other versions of her husband. And one version of her husband is trying to tell him what she needs to do in order to save the overarching universe and humanity in said universe. So it's quite interesting. Jamie Lee Curtis plays their tax auditor, and she herself has an evil counterpart that's in a different universe that can come in and out. I will just say, just because I wish someone had kind of warned me, the process to go in and out between worlds and universes are the grossest things that they ask you to do. And supposedly it's all based on these theories that the computer computes in order to make it work. So basically, as an example, he is told he has to eat a whole stick of chapstick in order to get his martial arts powers. And I was like, this is so gross. And then she has to eat dried gum to make something else happen. I was like, stop.
Oh my gosh,
just weird
that's
stuff
weird.
like that happens in order to move about and get these other things. So It's an interesting movie. Said I really did. I mean, once we got to the end, I was like, wow, I really liked the end result and what it was all supposed to mean in the end. I did like that, but it was just the process to get there was just a little confusing to me. So I'm gonna rate this 3.5 wine corks for me. I do think you should watch it to just see, yeah, because it's like I said, it's hard to explain, but you probably should give it a watch just because it's like, huh? It's just, and obviously they keep winning these awards for it, so just curiosity alone. So again, that was on Showtime if you'd like to check it out. And then the only other thing I watched is season 3 of Emily in Paris on Netflix. I think I mentioned that when I was saying this was coming out, that I just wanted Emily to grow and be a slightly less neurotic person. And I can honestly say she did a little bit.
Okay.
She was, this season, honestly, she didn't annoy me near as much as she had in previous seasons. There were still some things she did that was just like, how old are you? But overall, she did better. And the supporting characters, though, are worth it alone, thankfully. That's what keeps me coming back versus just Emily. But I did enjoy it. It's always cool to see, because they really do film in Paris, so it's cool to see all the sights of Paris and the different like fashion aspects of Paris. And I will say, for comedy, it's never been super funny. It just has funny moments for me. It's not consistently funny, but it's still enjoyable. It's just an enjoyable series to watch. And this is 30-minute episodes, so it goes by really quickly. And again, it ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm sure it'll get renewed for season 4, but it hasn't been so yet. So for season 3 of Emily, I'm going to give it a 3 wine corker. So it was pretty entertaining, and it was better than last season. So, I mean, the last episode went cuckoo bananas with everything, and like I said, left you on another big cliffhanger.
Oh, no.
So I just hope it gets...
That's your favorite.
I hope it gets resolved. I know. Love it. I love cliffhangers.
Oh, man. Well, aside from Megan, there's a new show that hit, it's not new, but it came out in 2019, but it hit Netflix. It's called The Poison Rose, and it's with John Travolta and Morgan Freeman. And his daughter, Ella Blue, played in it as well as his daughter, believe it or not. Anyway, and he plays a character. He's a private investigator who's been down on his luck, lost his wife, and somehow gets dragged back into, just because he needed the money, gets dragged back into a situation. Of course, a dark situation that he's got to try to figure out. But because he is not, has been down on his luck, scruffy, all that, you can only imagine what went on in his life. It's, he's determined to find out what's going on. So I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was, I'd probably give it 3.5 wine corks as well. But I think it's a good one to watch, and it's a movie. It's not a series. So I'd give that one, definitely if you're looking for something to watch, give it a whirl. And then I watched this great documentary on Glee, and it's called The Price of Glee. And it's on, it wasn't on Discovery where I first watched it, but you can stream it and watch it on Discovery Plus. And it's really the behind the scenes of what went down. And apparently there's a curse known as the Glee curse, because several people died. 3 committed suicide, supposedly, and some just died for really weird reasons. And so, they kind of feel like they worked too hard and never had much in the way of time off, and it was just too much celebrity for these young kids, and at the time, too quick, too much money all at once, and sometimes that spells disaster. But so, and like what you were saying when we were talking about it earlier, it's like, it's hard to buy some of what was. It's like, I don't know if he really offed himself like Corey. But one other thing I was thinking about that was that he had. They were saying that he couldn't sing. He said he couldn't sing, mm-hmm. and they said that whenever you looked at like in kind of the dance songs where they're all dancing, they put someone in front of him, someone who was better. Dance. Yeah, he couldn't dance and he couldn't sing. So to himself, he felt like he had super low self-esteem.
Oh,
Even though he was like this great main character,
Mm-hmm.
he had very low self-esteem, and he didn't feel that he was as good as the rest of the cast. And it was like, oh my gosh, but you were so
That
major.
kind of played into the character, though. At least that's how
Yeah,
I always took it. Is
uh-huh.
that he's supposed to be this football jock who
Right.
gets, brought into the Glee Club not of his own free will. So I just kind of thought that was the
Yeah.
reason they didn't try and get someone who maybe
Yeah.
like the rest had dance experience.
Yeah.
They wanted to be more authentic as possible. So it's just interesting. I guess he couldn't take that note and just know that, well, you're not technically supposed to be as good
Yeah.
as the rest of them who have been wanting to do this.
Right.
That's why they're in the club. you know?
Right. Yeah. But apparently because he had such low self-esteem, it just, he wanted to be better, and he felt like he just wasn't. So it's so interesting how he was a main character, and he and Leah Michelle, they were quite the item. They were all, and they all paired up on the show.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have any other outside interests. That's all they had was their cast. Because they worked 20 some odd hours a day, and then when they weren't working, they were jet setting to different talk shows and award shows, and just they had them so busy they just didn't have lives of their own. And so anyway, it's very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was done well. So unless it's a bunch of hogwash, I don't know, but you ought to watch it and see what you think.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I watched something else. I can't remember right now. Well, you know what? I go through documentaries like crazy because I love documentaries. So I did start a few, and of course they're all killer series. So
Oh, yeah, of course.
like The Killing Fields, and what else? Oh, I Am Killer. I Am a Killer.
Oh.
They're all weird. I haven't
It
finished them.
sounds so great. I love so uplifting. Good bedtime starting shows. All right, so this past weekend we had the Critics' Choice Awards, which I'm sorry to say I don't even remember even hearing about the nominations of these.
Right.
But I thought it would still be nice for us to go through who the winners were. Because we're in award season, we want to know. We're leading up to the Oscars, which I'm assuming they're going to do those nominations soon because they're supposed to air in March. So hopefully we get those nominations shortly. So first up with film, we have Best Picture. And the winner was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Shocker. Woo. So
That you watched and gave, what, a 3.5 wine corker?
Yes, 3.5 wine corkers. So, yes, I'm happy that at least there is something in there that I've watched besides Glass Onion, looks like. Because I'll just, this is the longest category, but the other nominees, were Avatar, The Way of Water, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, RRR, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, and Woman Talking. So
Gee.
I've only seen 3 out of that whole freaking list of nominees. So yes, I'm glad at least one of the 3 that I've seen.
Well, we're going to have to get on it because that the Oscars are probably going to mirror that, or a lot of
That's
it.
true. I still don't see myself seeing. Sorry, Babylon. No one.
No, and I know when it's definitely getting mentions
Yeah, it just sounds. Yeah,
or nominations, I should
that's
say.
true. Then for Best Actor, the winner was Brendan Fraser for The Whale.
Oh, and see, and I picked him for the
For the Golden Globes.
yeah,
So in this case, I think that's cool. That
Well, good for me.
He won. And then for Best Actress, we had Cate Blanchett for Tar.
Oh wow.
So that is awesome for her. Again, that was to me that's a surprising one because I haven't heard this mentioned much about that. Apparently, Tar though is about a fictional conductor, but named something. Evelyn Tar, I want to say is what her name's supposed to be. But love played Cate Blanchett, so that's cool.
I love her.
Then we have Best Supporting Actor. The winner was Ki Hu Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Very happy for him. Then we have Best Supporting Actress, which is Angela Bassett. Again for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. She was so good in that, guys. I mean, she had like the best speeches.
I still haven't seen Wakanda Forever. I want to
So,
see it. Is
the
it
best
streaming yet?
speeches. No.
Oh, of course not.
It starts streaming in February though on Disney Plus.
Oh, it will, huh? I'm
I
just,
only know because my dad had asked me, and so I had looked into, and it's like February, like It's like the weekend after Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So.
Because sometimes, especially if it's going to be nominated for the Oscars, they'll wait until after. So people are still going out to the theaters.
That's true.
That's how it used to be.
It is one of those shows that it's cool because of
Yeah.
how great it looks. It is
Very
cool to see it.
cinematic.
Yeah, versus seeing it at home. Unless you're like Rochelle, who has a 70-inch screen, she can watch it on.
75, but nobody's counting.
Oh, 75. See, even better to watch it on.
But still, the big screen at the theater and and just kick back in those chairs. I might need to just go see it.
That's true. Then we have Best Young Actor Actress, which is a category we don't have at the Globes. The winner was Gabriel LaBelle for The Fabelmans.
Oh, wow.
So that's really cool. I believe he was playing the young Steven Spielberg character. Then we have Best Acting Ensemble. The winner was Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery.
Yay!
Something else I've watched. Whee!
Me too. I watched Glass Onion.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, you never mentioned it.
Didn't I?
No.
Shoot, I thought I did.
No.
Yes, I
Because I
liked
talked
it.
about when I first watched
Yeah.
it, but then you never said.
I watched it like 2 weeks ago, I think, during our break.
Oh,
So I
okay.
must have
Did you like it?
I did.
Okay.
I did like it, yes.
Cool. Then we had Best Director, ended up being Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh my
There you go
gosh.
again. They're just
The critics are really loving this.
yeah. And then for Best Original Screenplay, again, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt for Everything Everywhere All at Once. They really cleaned up with the Critics' Choice. Who knew? Then we have Best Adapted Screenplay. The winner was Sarah Polley for Women Talking. I keep seeing trailers on that, and I'm guessing it's about
Has it come out?
in like select theaters.
Okay, there
Like
you
I
go.
feel like I feel like for us you have to go to like somewhere in Salt Lake to see it. It's not playing in there.
Like the Broadway theater or something.
Yeah. For Best Comedy, the winner was Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery. That's awesome. Best Animated Film was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Best Foreign Language Film, the winner was RRR, which answers my question because I never did find out what that was. That RRR is a foreign language film. That's why I'm not up on exactly what that is.
Right, that makes sense.
When it won for Best Song at the Globes, I was like, what is this movie? I've never even heard of it. But now we know it's a foreign, at least maybe y'all already out there knew, but I now know it's a foreign language film.
RRR, I wonder what it stands for.
Right? And then again for Best Song, RRR won for Natu Natu. So,
Oh yeah, that's
You know.
right. And it won for Golden Globe too.
right. So then for TV, the Best Drama Series went to Better Call Saul. Now I just have to go through who the nominees were because it had a good mix of nominees on here. We had Andor for Disney Plus, Bad Sisters on Apple TV, The Crown on Netflix, Euphoria on HBO, The Good Fight on Paramount Plus, and House of the Dragon on HBO. This actually was a really good mix of shows
Wow.
that were up.
Bad Sisters was nominated?
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
That was such a
Better
great show.
Call Saul on
Yeah.
AMC got it. So, show I've never
Better Call
watched, but I've
Saul.
heard great
I
things.
haven't either.
Heard great things.
I have too. Everyone I know
sorry,
has watched it,
I
liked
didn't
it.
sorry, I cut off the rest. The other two nominees were Severance on Apple and Yellowstone on Paramount. So yeah, like I said, a really good,
Yellowstone didn't.
yeah, really good mix of people. Or
They must
shows,
not like
I should say.
cowboys.
Best Actor in a Drama Series. The winner was Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul on AMC. So again, Better Call Saul is a big winner. And then Best Actress in a Drama Series went to Zendaya again for Euphoria. People are just loving her in that show. So congrats to her. I don't think she's even been around to collect these awards because she's still filming Dune Part 2 in like Australia or something. So she can't even be there to even get these awards.
Yeah.
Then we have Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. The winner was Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul on AMC.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like that show's just cleaning up. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series went to Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus.
Yay!
So she won again.
Wow.
Yay.
I wonder what her acceptance speech was like this time.
Right? I know. That way we won't have to look
YouTube
up.
that one.
Yeah, look that up. Best Comedy Series went to Abbott Elementary, which again won big at the Globes. Best Actor in a Comedy Series, again, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear on FX. Best Actress in a Comedy Series went to Jean Smart for Hacks on HBO.
See, she's the one I chose for a
the
Golden
Golden Globe.
Globe. Yeah.
And see, I don't think even Quinta No. Oh, yes, she was. Quinta Brunson was a nominee on this. But yeah, she went to Jean Smart on this one. Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series went to Henry Winkler for Barry.
What?
That to me is out of left field. I haven't heard nothing about that show in a bit. I remember when it first came out, it was talked about, and then it kind of went.
Yeah.
So that's cool that he won for Barry. Then we have Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. This went to Cheryl Lee Ralph for Abbott Elementary. She won the previous year at the Golden Globes for that, so that's awesome. Best Limited Series went to The Dropout in Hulu.
Oh my gosh.
Also the winner at the Globes, if I remember correctly. Best Made for Television Movie. Now this shocks me, but it went to Weird Al, the Al Yankovic story.
Oh my gosh.
That was exclusively on the Roku channel, which is why I've not seen it. 'Cause one doesn't even know how to access that without having. I don't have a Roku box. I don't have a Roku TV, so I'm not sure how you see that. I don't know how you watch that. I have to find out.
I think it was on. Yeah, I don't know. Is
Yeah.
it streaming somewhere else?
It's supposed to be exclusive to that. So
Oh,
I mean,
is
I can
it?
see them
Okay.
putting it out later somewhere else.
Yeah.
But so it's like, if you don't have Roku, how are you supposed to see it?
Right.
Anywho. Best Actor in a Limited Series or Movie Made for Television went to Daniel Radcliffe for the Weird Al Yankovic story.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe. I forgot that
Yeah,
he was in it.
he's playing him.
Yeah.
That's cool. Best Actress in a Limited Series or Made for Television movie went to Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout on Hulu.
And she won Golden Globe, too.
She did. Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or Made for Television movie. The winner was Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird on Apple TV.
That's such a great show.
And he also
He's
won at
so
the Golden
amazing.
Globes. Yes, he's very cool. Best Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or Made for Television movie went to Niecy Nash Betts for Dahmer. Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I like Niecy Nash. I think she's so fun. I liked her back in the day. She used to be on that, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, Super Troopers. That comedy about like crazy like cops who don't know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I just think she's entertaining, and she's just elevated and like done so many great things. So I applaud her winning for this because I don't think she was even nominated to the Globes for this. So anyway, I'd say good for her.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are the winners for the Critics' Choice Award winners. And so again, we'll look forward to the next bout, which I believe is the SAG Awards, but we still have to listen for the Oscar nomination. So we'll keep you posted.
All right. Well, thanks so much for filling us in on all those Critics Award winners. We had fun, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. If you could please give us a review or comment, it really helps us out. And you can follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.